how marquee tools work. Let's jump this icon. This is the rectangle marquee tool. I want to explain to you how it works, shortcuts and everything. For example, we want to create a selection with a rectangle, and this is a rectangle. But if we want to create a rectangle but it have to be square, we just press shift, click and drag. So this is a square selection. Now we want to add another selection. We just click to this icon here and we can add a selection, 2 selections, 3 selections. But if we want to add a selection to the first one, we can do it like this. Add another one, add another one. And this can be done with the shortcut, press shift, click and drag. You see, we add another part to this selection. For example, we can add by pressing or clicking to this. This is the add selection. If we take the mouse there, you see add to selection. We can add here by pressing the shift. You see small plus to the cursor. If we want to subtract a part of this selection, anyone, we can click Alt and, for example, create this or this, or turning this small rectangle into rectangles. For example, let me show you something. Color, this is a color, and we made this strange shape. Let's go back, and so this is the rectangle marquee tool, this is the add selection, this is the subtract. So the subtract, if we click here, we do it like this. But if you want to, for example, if you want to add, you don't need to come here again and to make a selection, but you can stay here just with the shortcut, press shift and add selection, or make it square, all like this. And if you want to subtract, you have to go here, or if you are in the first icon, you don't need to come here, just press Alt and you can subtract this. You see, for example, I want to fill it again with the color, press shift backspace and fill it. Okay, I feel this is empty because I subtract the first selection, the big one. I subtract it with this small one and this area is not selected. So we come here, this is the intersection selection. For example, if we want to come here and to keep just this part here of the selection, we can do it with this. For example, we come here and we select this area, you see, just this area. And if we fill it with shift backspace and shift space and backspace, press enter with the color. I hope you understand how it works. Another small trick, for example, if you want to create a square, click Alt, see, okay, and if you want to start, this is the anchor point where you start by pressing shift to make the square or the rectangle. You start from here, but if you want starting point to be in the center of the square or the rectangle, you need to press shift and Alt and it's done. For example, feather is this. If you create a selection, we make feather 10 pixels and 10 pixels, create, fill it and click. You see, this is the feather and the effect of the feather. It's all about the edges, if they are soft or hard. So we go back, delete this selection and come here. All this I explained to you, it's in the normal style. If we change style and come here to fixed ratio, for example, we come here and we have width and height 1. If we click here, we create a square, and the ratio of this is precise because we fix it here. If we want to change it, for example, we make it 3 by 4 duration, and you see what's the like a portrait picture, or for example we go 4 to 3 and it's 4 by 3 is like a landscape photo. And so if we go to the fixed size, there is, for example, 50 to 50, 50 by 50. So this is a small square. Why? Because we have 50 pixels to 50 pixels. So if you want to make a bigger one, we have to make, for example, 500 to 500, and let's click. With one click you make it. And let's do it. If we press shift we change this. We don't need to click here, and we add other selections like right here. So I think you understand how it works. This is with pixels. For example, we take away all this. We want a rectangle like this, you see, like columns with adding, for example. Maybe you want to create some shapes, I don't know. You can use it for any reason. For example, we take this guideline here, right here, right here. So just do it, just to show you any shape you can create, or to invert, for example, 2000, for example, 2000 and 50 pixels. They are all pixels, and so 2000 is this background, so we can fill it. And okay, I don't know what is this. Okay, so we go to elliptical Marquee Tool and delete all this shape, and all the shortcuts and everything used for the rectangle Marquee Tool are the same, and for elliptical Marquee Tool this is some selection, elliptical selection, and this. But if you want to make a perfect cycle, if you want to make a perfect circle, here there is shift, click and drag, just simple like this, shift, click and drag. Okay, and all the others, adding, cutting or subtracting, you can call it like you want, but there is subtracting, and the intersection are the same like in the rectangle Marquee Tool. We create this, we subtract with this, we add with shift, subtract again by pressing alt, click and drag, and here alt, click and drag, add by press shift, click and drag, press shift, click and drag. Okay, okay, this needs to be subtract, click and drag, and by using the intersection now, and I don't want maybe this part, and what we can do, clicking here, press shift and alt at the same time, and click and drag. You see a strange shape. and shift backspace and space, and you see this shape. Everything is the same with all this option here. We are in the normal style. If we go to this to we click, and we have, with this ration, we have a perfect circle. But if we change it, you see is elliptical now. And if you go to fixed size, for example, you just click and you have your circle here, circle here. We can add some circles, add another one, add another one, add another one, and like this. You see now is the width is 131 by 500 pixels. For example, we can change this, make it smaller. Click here, click here, click here. Whoop, by adding with shift. With shift, if we want to make any of this selection, you have to press shift. But if we want to remove it, part of this or all of this, you can do it with alt or so. Add, subtract, and intersection. For example, we can't use intersection here, because if we want to intersect, we are going to intersect just this. No, you don't have so flexibility to move this. You don't know how much, like this, for example. Oops, you see? I think you understand. This is the main reason, you to understand, but and to learn. So that's all for this tutorial. That's all about rectangle marquee tool and elliptical marquee tool. Thank you for watching, and see you to the next tutorial.